All right. Digital tailors, how technology is changing the world of fashion. Today I'll be discussing chapter 17, Digital Tailors from Microtrends Squared. This chapter is about how technology is changing the clothing industry by making custom clothes affordable and available to all people instead of only the wealthy. Penn said that instead of buying clothes made in standard sizes like small, medium, and large, people in the future will be buying clothes that are made specifically for their own body measurements. What's interesting is that although this chapter is about clothes, a lot of the ideas in it also apply to healthcare because both industries are moving towards personalization instead of a one-size-fits-all approach. In healthcare, it's wearables like fitness trackers, and in this case, it's the clothes we wear. It made me realize that customization isn't just a luxury anymore, it's becoming something people are starting to expect in almost every part of life. What are digital tailors? What the chapter says about digital tailors. Oop. In this chapter, Penn explains that custom clothes used to be something only the very wealthy could afford. If someone wanted a custom suit, they often had to travel to places like Hong Kong or pay thousands of dollars. But now, technology is changing that. Instead of visiting a tailor, companies can use smartphone cameras, apps, artificial intelligence, and body scanning to collect measurements from home. Clothes are made only after someone places an order, and that completely changes the business model of clothes. I also think it's interesting how technology is replacing something that used to require years of skill while trying to achieve the same personalized result. Problems with traditional clothing. Penn discusses several problems with traditional retail clothing. Stores have to guess what sizes people will buy. Sometimes they make too much inventory. Sometimes they guess wrong and clothes never sell. Even worse, online shopping has a huge return problem because every company sizes clothing differently. It's estimated that around 40% of clothes purchased are returned later on. Most of us have already probably ordered something online that fit nothing like we expected. Custom clothing tries to solve those issues. It also allows, it also shows how inefficient the current system is when companies are basically guessing what millions of people will wear. How digital tailors work. Technology making it possible. One thing I thought was really interesting was how Penn predicted that our phones will eventually become measuring devices. Today, that prediction has totally become true. Many clothing companies now use AI, augmented reality, and smartphone cameras to recommend sizes or even create body scans. Instead of someone using a tape measure, software can often do it in minutes. That's pretty amazing when you think about how quickly this technology has developed. What's amazing is that something almost everyone carries in their pocket can now perform tasks once required specialized equipment. Benefits for business. This chapter also explains why companies like this idea. Instead of making thousands of shirts hoping people buy them, companies only manufacture clothing after someone orders it. That means less waste, lower inventory costs, fewer returns, less unsold clothing sitting in warehouses. It becomes a much more efficient business. Several companies online are already offering digital tailor services. The most popular one is called M Tailor, which is mostly selling suits to men, but has also recently offered women's clothes as well. They walk you through the whole process on their website and show you how it works. I think businesses benefit the most when customers are happier because satisfied customers are much more likely to come back. How digital tailors use technology. The whole process of digital tailor services is based on artificial intelligence. From the initial visit, you use your smartphone to do a body scan and take your measurements. You can choose which clothes you like and place an order. After that, robots help make the clothing and it's shipped directly to your door. The whole process almost feels like science fiction, but most of the technology needed to do this already exists today. The health connection. At first, I wasn't sure how this chapter connected to healthcare, but after thinking about it, I realized there are actually several connections. Healthcare is becoming personalized just like clothing. Doctors are increasingly using genetic testing, wearable technology like smartwatches, artificial intelligence, and health data to customize treatment for individual patients. Instead of assuming everyone needs the same treatment, medicine is becoming much more individualized. In a way, personalized medicine is becoming the healthcare version of personalized clothing. There are also some indirect health benefits. Better fitting clothing can improve comfort, confidence, and mobility. For people with obesity, disabilities, scoliosis, limb differences, or medical conditions that make standardized clothing difficult to wear, customized clothing can improve quality of life. Reducing unnecessary shopping oh, reducing unnecessary shopping trips may also lower stress and save time. To me, this really shows that healthcare is becoming more proactive and personalized instead of simply reacting after problems develop. How digital tailors can improve people's lives. How digital tailors ca- how digital tailors can improve people's lives is by providing clothes that are custom fit for your body, clothing that was picked out and designed just for you. It could improve someone's confidence when leaving their house. Since the clothes are sure to fit better, they're going to be more comfortable overall. There will also be a lot less returned clothing with much higher customer satisfaction than the mass production of clothes in only a few standard sizes that we have now. Sometimes something as simple as wearing clothes that fit well can make a noticeable difference in a person's confidence and overall mental well-being. Environmental benefits. On the environmental side, making fewer unwanted clothes overall means less textile waste, which benefits public health by reducing pollution. It's a good reminder that small improvements in manufacturing can create a bigger positive impact when millions of products are involved. My opinion. I think Penn was right about this prediction. This book was written before artificial intelligence became mainstream, but a lot of his predictions have already come true. Today, we already see companies using AI sizing tools, virtual fitting rooms, made-to-order shoes, customized athletic wear, and personalized recommendations. The only prediction I don't think has fully happened yet is that almost no one buys custom clothes right now. Most people will still buy standard sizes because it's faster and cheaper, but I do think we're moving in that direction. I also think younger generations will adopt custom clothing much faster because they're already comfortable using apps and AI for everyday decisions. Some concerns. I also think there are some challenges the chapter doesn't spend much time discussing. If companies store detailed body scans, there are privacy concerns. Who owns the information and how secure is it? Another issue is that technology isn't always equally available. Some people don't have smartphones or internet access, so personalized clothing could actually widen inequalities instead of reducing them. There are many important things to consider. Those are important things to consider. As technology becomes more personal, building trust with customers may become just as important as the technology itself. Conclusion. Overall, I thought this chapter was interesting and thought-provoking. What really stood out to me is that this chapter isn't actually about clothing, it's about data. Once companies know enough about us, whether it's our body measurements or health information, they can personalize almost anything. That creates really great opportunities most of the time, but it also raises important questions about privacy and who controls our personal information. Whether we're talking about clothes, medicine, education, or even fitness, technology is allowing products and services to be designed specifically for each individual instead of treating every person the exact same way. I think this trend will continue and will eventually become a perfectly normal thing to do, and I like the idea of just being able to order something made specifically for me. Digital tailoring may sound like a small change, but it represents a much bigger shift towards personalization in almost everything, including healthcare. I think chapters like this remind us that technology isn't just changing products, it's gradually changing the way we live, make decisions, and even think about ourselves.